Cruise news, a transportation bottleneck has caused major disruptions at one cruise port with passengers stuck waiting for shuttle buses. I'm going to get you the information on that. Also, Cozumel, Mexico is offering a new free service for cruisers, plus some content creators have been notified that they are personally banned from sailing with some Carnival brands. And there's a lot more to share with you. I'm going to get you the top cruise news updates to get you fully up to speed, and I'm going to get you the information fast coming up. Let's go ahead and kick things off with number one. Logistics at one Scottish port caused Princess Cruise passengers to be stuck at port for hours waiting for their excursions. This was the situation for passengers on board the Regal Princess cruise ship when it arrived at the port of Invergordon in Scotland on Tuesday, June 10th. Dock operations require the passengers to take a shuttle bus from the ship to the point where they will board the transportation for their excursion. And Invergordon is a popular port of call. Passengers were waiting to go on a host of different excursions, including the opportunity to visit the iconic Loch Ness. But the bottleneck of getting passengers transported on the shuttle buses was problematic. Some had to wait 1 to 2 hours for a shuttle bus, causing their excursions to get cut short. And 4 hours into the planned 8-hour port stop, 1,000 passengers were still on the Regal Princess waiting for their opportunity. Some of the most notable frustration with the bus situation came from the tour operators. Some of them even described it as the worst disaster they had ever seen at the port. The Port Authority has pledged that they will improve the situation. Looking at the port schedule for the remainder of the month, cruise ships from 7 different cruise lines will be calling on the port, including a scheduled return trip from the Regal Princess. So be aware of this situation if you will be visiting Invergordon. Next, number 2, free Wi-Fi is now available in Cozumel, Mexico. Cozumel is, of course, one of the busiest cruise ports in the world. The free Wi-Fi will be available on the main road strip called Rafael Melgar Avenue. This is the primary road that is adjacent to all of the cruise terminals. The Wi-Fi will show up on your device as Gig Max if you desire to connect. Additionally, there will be QR code signs displayed along the road where you can scan those and gain access that way as well. Now, one cruise tip is that instead of buying a Wi-Fi package on board the ship, you can wait till you arrive at a cruise port like Cozumel, and you can check your email or whatever you need to do at that time. It's a great way to save money. However, do be aware that anytime you are logged onto an open public network, there is increased cybersecurity risk, so just be aware of that. Moving on to number 3, I have a hurricane season update. The Atlantic is currently clear, however, the Eastern Pacific does have one weather system of concern. It is identified by the red X on this map. The system is being given an 80% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours. It appears that most of the impact will be to the southern coast of Mexico. So on the screen right now, you can see the cruise ports where there could be some disruption. So take note if you have a cruise going to any of those ports, and we will continue to monitor. Then number 4, data has been released showing the truth about cruise ship sizes between 2018 and what is forecasted for 2036. The information I'm about to share with you comes from the Cruise Line International Association, also known as CLIA. I'm going to show you a chart that takes into account all of their ocean-going cruise vessels. Each bar on the chart is broken into 3 colors. The darkest blue is the percentage of the ships that year that carry 3,000 passengers or more. The middle blue is the percentage that carries between 1,000 and 3,000, and the light blue is the percentage that carries under 1,000 passengers. So here is the full chart. There is a bar on the chart that represents each year from 2018 through this year, 2025. Additionally, based upon new ship orders and projected cruise ship retirements, CLIA has provided their forecast of what they expect the global fleet to look like in 2036. So let's look closely at it and see what is happening with cruise ship sizes. When we look at it, in 2018, only 19.5% of ships carried 3,000 passengers or more. Looking at the chart, it is easy to visually see what most of us already know. The percentage of larger vessels has been steadily increasing, up to over 27% this year, and that will continue to grow. But that is not the only story. It is also clear to see that there is a steady increase in the small ships with under 1,000 passengers. The percentage of those increased each year up until around 2023. Then it seems that they are leveling out at around 34% of the global fleet. A lot of that growth can probably be attributed to the increase in luxury cruise ships, which are typically smaller in size, as well as expedition vessels. But the third story, sandwiched in between those two, is the cruise ship type that has been losing out. And that is the middle-sized ships, those that carry between 1,000 and 3,000 passengers. Back in 2018, those vessels made up 57% of all ships globally. They dominated. But notice the regular decline. They are down to 38.4% of the global fleet this year. A lot of those ships are being scrapped as they get older, and there's not very many new ships that are being built that are within that size range. And 𝗂𝗄 has revealed that while the decline will slow a bit, it will continue over the next several years. Okay, I have more cruise news pieces remaining, including some of our top headlines of the day, but now it is time for our fast mid-show check-in. In the last video, I asked what year you took your first cruise. I received input from more than 9,000 of you, and here are the results. The largest portion, 36%, took your first cruise before the year 2000. 24% of you first cruised between 2000 and 2009. For 23%, it was between 2010 and 2019, and 17% went on your first sailing in 2020 or following. Thanks for your input on that, and lots of great comments as well. I loved reading about your first sailings. Here is today's question. Thinking about the 𝗂𝗄 report on ship sizes, the question is, what size cruise ship do you prefer? Do you prefer a ship with A, less than 1,000 passengers, B, between 1,000 and 3,000 passengers, C, between 3,000 and 5,000 passengers, or D, more than 5,000 passengers? Chime in down below with which size cruise ship you most prefer. I look forward to reading your responses, but now on with the cruise news. Number 5, Carnival Cruise Line is making a much needed change to the older ships in their fleet. Cruise ships that are more than 10 years old are known to have very few electrical outlets in their staterooms. This is an issue in the modern day when we have so many devices and they need to be charged. Well, Carnival is addressing that situation. The Carnival Valor cruise ship just completed dry dock, and one of its noted improvements is the installation of a new bedside lamp in the staterooms. The lamp also has charging ports on it, including a regular outlet, a standard USB port, and a USB-C port. Carnival Cruise Line brand ambassador John Hill shared that this improvement will also be made on other vessels when they go through the dry dock process. Next, number 6, drama in Juneau, Alaska as a woman jumped off the cruise pier near Royal Caribbean's Anthem of the Seas cruise ship. The jump was intentional and was captured on video footage that quickly spread on TikTok. No injuries were reported. However, the actions of the woman drew sharp criticism online due to the potential hazards involved. The identification of the woman and any repercussions that she faced for her actions have not been released. Then number 7, information has been released on the cruise ships that are expected to change cruise lines next year. 5 total vessels are expected to change ownership. This will include the Costa Fortuna cruise ship that will join 𝗂𝗏𝗏 at Sea. The Norwegian Sky will become part of 𝗂𝗏𝗃 Cruises in India. The Seabourn Sojourn will swap to Japan's Mitsui Ocean Cruises. The Regent Seven Seas Navigator will join Crescent Seas. And the World Explorer from Mystic Cruises will become part of the Windstar Cruises fleet. I have additional important news to share with you, but very quickly, if you're new here, I'm Jason with the Travel Scouts. My aim in each video is to put together the latest cruise news and deliver it to you in such a way that you are fully up to speed and it doesn't waste your time. So if you will be cruising, definitely consider subscribing. Let's continue with the cruise news. Number 8, 2 cruise content creators have been banned from sailing with some Carnival brands. The 2 individuals who have been banned are Dan and Jay. They are the founders of 𝗖𝗄𝘃 magazine, which is available in both print and digital form. Additionally, Dan and Jay also have a podcast and a YouTube channel. In recent weeks and months, they have done interviews with other creators you may know, such as Emma from Emma Cruises and Gary Bembridge from Tips for Travelers. This past week, Dan and Jay received a letter from Carnival UK that says, quote, "Following a review of your recent interactions with us, we believe that you have both clearly demonstrated that we cannot offer the holiday that you are looking for. It is thus no longer appropriate for you to travel with us or any of the Carnival Group brands. This includes Cunard, P&O Cruises, and Princess Cruises." Now, the communication did not state exactly what interaction led to this decision by Carnival, but it seems that the company's decision is final and they do not wish to discuss it. The letter went on to say, quote, "I am sorry to convey this decision to you. Please note that this letter represents our final decision on this matter, and you will therefore not be permitted to travel with us for a period of 5 years, after which we may review. Please note that no further correspondence on this matter will be entered into." The letter was signed by the manager of guest relations for P&O Cruises. 𝗖𝗄𝘃 magazine has posted a video on their YouTube channel discussing the ban and their thoughts on it. If you would like to check that out, I'll put a link to it down in the video description. Okay, I'd like to say a special thank you to our new channel members and for everyone. You are up to date. If you want to stay up to date and be ready for your next cruise, subscribe and I'll catch you in the next video.